Good morning. I have a small crowd this morning. Hopefully people will keep coming in. Must have worn them out at the march yesterday. My name is Amanda Pyburn. I'm a member here and your service leader this morning, along with Victoria Rystrom. We're going to take turns. We gather on the unceded lands of the Muskogee Nation of Florida. We are grateful for the land and for those who tended it before us. We especially welcome visitors this morning. We were all strangers once, but have found here a sanctuary, a place where all are welcomed and encouraged to be our truest selves. We support each other in our search for truth and meaning as we work together for justice. Announcements are listed in your order of service. Especially notice next Saturday is our rescheduled spring cleanup. Hopefully the weather will be lovely and there'll be trimming and weeding and raking and getting the place looking nice outside. It's from 8:30 to noon, or 8:30 to noon, so come if you can. We also have descriptions of upcoming services in your order of service. And there's one that's not mentioned, but I want to give you a heads up. Easter is coming. And on Easter, we're going to include our annual flower communion. If you've not been here for a flower communion before, what that means is that everybody brings a flower. It can be from your yard, from the grocery store, something you pick up on the side of the road on your way, that's fine. And we put them all together up front. And then everyone leaves with a different flower. It's a nice spring ceremony. But just be thinking that 2 weeks you're going to need a flower. And if you bring 2 or 3 or 5, that's fine too for all the people who forget or didn't know. After the service, we have a time for refreshments and conversation, followed by second hour small discussion groups. They are also listed in your order of service. Today we have Speaker Circle in the front of the sanctuary where we discuss today's topic. We have Pagan Pathways in the Harmony Room around the corner to the right with Melissa Wynn, and TED Talks with Josh Ashley back there in the library. So everyone is welcome. Pick whatever appeals to you. And now the prelude prepares us for the service.
Okay, so we're going to do the chalice lighting, and London's going to help us with that. Where is she? London. We light this flame to remind us love is the center. As we grow and connect, mature, love remains the center. When we light the truth, burns all else away, love remains. Please stand.
It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah yeah, oh yeah yeah, oh yeah yeah, oh yeah yeah. We
the time for all ages. We have piles of kids today. Come on up. This is actually the perfect weather for this story and this sermon today. A downpour would even make it better. So I'm going to stay back here today, and you'll see why. If you actually, I know you're sitting on all my umbrellas. How about coming down to the floor here? Because we're going to need those umbrellas left where they are. That's fine. Yeah, we need access there. So you know what an umbrella's for, right? Keep dry when it's stormy and rainy out. Well, this is a story that needs some help from everybody, not just the kids. If I say the word boom, like thunder, you know what you need to do. Shout out boom. Ready? Boom. Boom! Oh, you guys are awesome. But if I say the word sanctuary, you know what a sanctuary is? A safe place? It's kind of a quiet, peaceful thing. So then you just repeat the word after me, but quietly. Sanctuary. Ah, perfect. So here we go. Once upon a time, there was a little girl about your age, Athena, who was caught outside. You can stay there for a minute. Who was caught outside in a sudden rainstorm. She ran into the nearest store to wait it out. And she was looking around just at what was for sale when the shopkeeper showed up and asked if she needed some help. The shopkeeper was the oldest lady that this little girl had ever seen. She had white hair and a face full of wrinkles and was kind of a little bit scary. "Young woman," said the old shopkeeper, "can I help you with something?" The little girl pointed outside, a little too nervous to speak. "Ah," said the old shopkeeper, "did you run in here to escape the rain?" The little girl nodded as a loud boom of thunder shook the store. "Well, you can wait here if you like, in my little sanctuary. We've got a nice sturdy roof over our heads, and it will keep you safe and dry." The little girl appreciated the offer, but she really needed to get back outside. Her family was going to be looking for her. The old shopkeeper could tell she was hesitating. "Or," continued the shopkeeper, "you could head back outside with this." That's right, an umbrella. "Take this umbrella," she said. "I don't know why it's raining, but I do know that you can keep dry under this portable sanctuary." Well, the little girl beamed but stopped in her tracks. "I don't have any money," she said. The shopkeeper waved her off. "No worries, little girl. Just be sure to offer the umbrella to someone else when they need it." So Athena, if you'll come on up. The little girl accepted the umbrella. And I'm just going to let you stand right here with your umbrella. And she went outside and on her way, but you can stay right here. The little girl was happy and dry. She started skipping down the street and was perfectly happy till she saw a man in a suit trying to keep dry under a newspaper over his head. She heard another loud boom, and the newspaper was falling apart on his head. So she skipped over to the man in the suit and held the umbrella. Come on up, Shua, here's our man. And she held the umbrella up as high as she could to get him under it. Remembering the words from the old shopkeeper, the little girl told the man, "I don't know why it's raining, but I do know that you can keep dry with me under this portable sanctuary." Oh, good for you, I'd forgotten. The man smiled in relief. He'd been having a really bad day. See, he was wearing a suit because he was on his way to a job interview. He'd been without work for a long time and was desperate for a job. He had to walk to the interview because he couldn't afford a car. When it started to rain, oh, what awful luck. He would show up to this really important interview soaked, and that would make a bad first impression. But then the little girl spotted her family in the store across the street. "Here," said the little girl, "take the umbrella with you. You can go ahead and give it to him. I see my family right over there, and I'm just going to go off to meet them. So thanks, you can Oh, I couldn't take your umbrella, said the man, feeling guilty. No, take it. Just be sure to offer the umbrella to someone else when they need it. So she ran off to meet her family. The man couldn't believe how nice that little girl was. He knew he had to hurry, though, because it was almost time for his important interview. Another boom of thunder made him start running. Well, I can tell you that the man got that job he was interviewing for. And soon enough, he was able to afford to buy an umbrella, a few umbrellas of his own. Yeah, you can go ahead. Whenever it rained, he would not only bring that umbrella the little girl had given him, he would bring more umbrellas and pass them away to people who were stuck outside in the rain. So Shua, if you want to give them to any of these folks here, and when you open it up, kind of step far away from everybody else, okay? Because some of them are big. There you go. Perfect. If you push, you might have to push the button and, there we go. And every time, I know she's got a little one, sorry. You ready? Every time he gave away an umbrella, he would say, I don't know why it's raining, but I do know that you can keep dry under this portable sanctuary. And soon, everyone in town had their own umbrella that they would take with them. And if the townspeople passed by someone without an umbrella, they would give up their own umbrella and pass it on with these words that were now known by the entire town. And if you can, say it with me. I don't know why it's raining, but I do know that you can keep dry under this portable sanctuary. Thank you. And if our umbrella people, you don't have to put it down. They can be hard, but just set them over here out of the way. Yep. There we go. Surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Are you staying? Okay. The sharing of joys, milestones, and concerns is a tradition in our fellowship. You're welcome to come up, take a glass pebble, drop it into the bowl of water silently, or while speaking a few words into the microphone. This practice shares our joys and helps us support each other in sorrows. Remember to tell about others only with their permission. This is a sacred time for us.
leave a space in our service for time of quiet meditation or prayer. I welcome you to let go of your daily worries and just breathe together as one. Then I'll close with a few words by Julia Hamilton. Okay, this is by Julie Hamilton, inspired by We Need One Another by George Odell. Spirit of life, we need each other. We need one another to sit together in the dark when electricity is out and the wind is howling. We need one another to wade through the water with nothing but an old canoe and the will to save as many lives as possible. We need one another to help tear down our moldy, rotten walls and begin to put up new ones in the house that our grandfather built. We need one another when the sky clears. And yet, we are still so filled with stories that if we don't tell them to someone else, we might hurt ourselves. We need one another to make us laugh on the first good day in a long while. And we need one another so that when our little spring of hope dries up, there is a community well from which we can drink. And that will keep us going until the thirst is over, the worst is past, and we are able to survive even when the rain comes again.
After our song of dedication, greeters will take up the offering. If you're paying your pledge with a check today, please make a note of that on the memo line. We also share all cash donations and unmarked checks equally with a local charity every week. In April, our Share the Plate partner is Irreverent Warriors. They provide a support network for veterans, bringing a community of warriors together through therapeutic events. They also work with other veteran organizations that provide job placement, training, housing, service dogs, and more. Join us in supporting their work to build a community for our local veterans. Our sermon today is presented by the Reverend Summer Albayati from the Unitarian Universalist Association Congregational Life Staff in the Pacific Western region. Her title is When the Storm Comes, We Move Together.
Aunt Seneva was the only adult around, and as the sky blackened and the wind grew stronger, she herded us all inside. Her house was not the biggest place around, and it seemed even smaller with so many children squeezed inside, small and surprisingly quiet. All of the shouting and laughter that had been going on earlier outside had stopped. The wind was howling now, and the house was starting to shake. We were scared. Even Aunt Seneva was scared. And then it got worse. Now the house was beginning to sway, the wood plank flooring beneath us began to bend, and then a corner of the room started lifting up. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. None of us could. This storm was actually pulling the house toward the sky, with us inside it. That was when Aunt Seneva told us to clasp hands, line up, and hold hands, she said. And we did as we were told. Then she had us walk as a group toward the corner of the room that was rising. From the kitchen to the front of the house, we walked, the wind screaming outside, sheets of rain beating on the tin roof. Then we walked back in the other direction as another end of the house began to lift. And so it went, back and forth, 15 children walking with the wind, holding that trembling house down with the weight of our small bodies. When the late civil rights activist and U.S. House of Representatives John Lewis was much older, he reflected on that time. More than half a century has passed since that day, and it has struck me more than once over those many years that our society is not unlike the children in that house, rocked again and again by the winds of one storm or another, the walls around us seeming at times as if they might fly apart. It seemed that way in the 1960s, at the height of the civil rights movement, when America itself felt as if it might burst at the seams. So much tension, so many storms. But the people of conscience never left the house. They never ran away. They stayed. They came together, and they did the best they could, clasping hands and moving toward the corner of the house that was the weakest. And then another corner would lift, and we would go there. And eventually, inevitably, the storm would settle and the house would still stand. But we knew another storm would come, and we would have to do it all over again. And we did. And we still do, all of us, you and I, children holding hands, walking with the wind. That story lifted up in our own Unitarian Universalist Association worship web is a perfect metaphor for what these past few weeks have felt like. They have felt like a storm in which we feel as if the house we have built is going to blow away. Some of us feel like we don't even have hands to grasp in order to move to one area of the home to help it remain in place. Others of us may cling to rituals that sustain us because that is what we can control in a world that feels out of control. Still, some of us may hold on to family, crying and praying in fear of what is to come. It's a chaotic time for so many of us. We may find so many scrambling in different directions, maybe even running for cover. But how do we stop it all and become like those children, holding hands and walking with the wind together? Within Islam, a storm is actually considered a blessing. Rain coming down from the heavens is said to be attributed to the divine mercy upon us. There's a story regarding the Prophet Muhammad, who would go out into the rain to pray and thank God for the blessing that would allow food to grow and provide water to drink. One can imagine that in places where it rains so little, all rain, even a storm, would be welcome. But merciful rain provided something else. It provided hope. I'm aware that for many of us, storms are scary. They bring uncertainty and they fill us with fear. And we duck and cover instead of being grateful for the blessed mercy raining down upon us. And why would we be grateful when we are stuck in a life-threatening storm? How can we remain steady and move with all the changes and chaos, finding a new rhythm rather than running for cover and waiting it out? I remember one time visiting a museum in Tennessee and being stuck because of a rainstorm. I wanted so badly to just make a run for it, but everyone told us just to wait it out. Stay away from the trees, they said, for lightning could strike you. We did wait it out, but I wondered what new rhythm we could have found if we did jump into the chaos of the storm, not fearing it, but embracing it. What new courage could have developed from that experience? And now I wonder how we can overcome our fears and become even more courageous as we witness this current, metaphorical storm within our nation. Oh, beloveds, we are in crisis once again. Our Unitarian Universalist values of justice and equity are being challenged within the walls of our capital. We witness laws being enacted against the most marginalized within our midst, and we are scared. I believe that with this particular storm, we will need to make a choice. Do we hold hands and move with it, move within it, finding ways to strengthen our communities, providing sanctuary for the most marginalized, all while challenging those who dismantle years of our work, building towards true equity and justice? Or do we run for cover and wait it out? Yes, this is the million-dollar question today. And surviving this storm will become one of the most important decisions of our lifetime. Because if the storm uplifts the houses we have built, the structures we have painstakingly worked towards building, to bend that arc towards justice a little more, to protect those who are most marginalized, then I fear humanity may not survive. Beloveds, the choices we make today are a matter of life and death, literally. We are witnessing on the national stage the criminalization of our trans and immigrant beloveds. ICE is storming homes in search of undocumented immigrants. Passports are being returned with the wrong gender. Thousands upon thousands are losing their jobs and funding because of dismantling models of diversity, equity, and inclusion. I wonder if it is like the story of the 3 little pigs. You remember the one. I will huff and puff and blow your house down. That is a threat of the big bad wolf or sly fox, depending on your version. Well, those little pigs had 3 types of homes: straw, sticks, and bricks. The straw and sticks were easily built. Those piggies wanted to have fun, so they built homes fast. Unfortunately, those homes could not withstand that storm. The pig with the brick home took a long time to build it. They worked so hard and for so long, making sure their structures were strong and could withstand any storm. Their decision was the right one. The storm did not blow it down. Some of us have been in many of these storms. Perhaps we marched in the 1960s and remember the times before the civil rights era. Some of us may have witnessed world wars and even participated in them. Some of us have been blessed with an education that taught us about such historical storms, and we have learned how to do the work together, to move together, to build together. Why? Because we always knew there would be storms. They keep coming one after another, huffing and puffing, but we have known what to do to withstand them and emerge triumphant. So here we are in another storm. For some, this one seems different somehow. It feels as if what we built all these years was made of just straw and sticks. Some of us worry that we don't know what to do. But Lewis reminds us that we just hold on to one another and move together. Naomi Klein, author of The Shock Doctrine, while being interviewed by journalist Mehdi Hassan the other day, tells us that the intention is to shock and awe, so that we run scared and curl up in a ball and give up until it's all over. Instead, we have to remember that we have been here before. Indeed, we have, many times. The last time we experienced this shock and awe strategy, as Mehdi Hassan said, was during George W. Bush's administration, in which he pummeled the Iraqi people in 2003 with so many missiles that they would have to feel overwhelmed and overpowered and lie down in submission. As Klein reminds us, that isn't what happened. As an Iraqi American, I remember that time very well. It was devastating for those of us who could only watch the dehumanization of our Iraqi family members and friends who were stuck in a horror show. But as was proven over and over, the resilience of the Iraqi people means the temporary overwhelm eventually dissipated, as it must do with the rest of us. That is, history has proven that we will find the way if we hold on to one another and move together within the storm. Yes, that is what we must hold on to now. The overwhelm will eventually dissipate. You might be thinking, but so many of us are hurting. I agree. And we must take the time to grieve. We must do what we must to get ourselves ready to move within the storm. And once we are ready, let us be grateful for what we must do. We have a large task at hand to build the biggest brick house instead of straw and stick, so that we will build, and what we build will withstand any new storm. Because there will always be another storm. Let it instead be a storm of mercy. Beloveds, our Unitarian Universalist values are life-saving, and we must use them to guide our way, because without these values living and breathing and moving within our world, I fear many of us will perish. Like the umbrellas given as temporary sanctuary to others in our Time for All Ages story, we must cover and protect those who need it with our life-saving values. So now the million-dollar question is simplified to this. What will you do to help beloved Unitarian Universalists who are affected by this storm? Will you run and hide? Or will you find a steady rhythm in this new storm, working on bringing our sacred values into it, to dismantle it from within? Will you provide a sanctuary to the marginalized? The choice is yours, beloveds. The hope is ours.
Please stand as you're able for our final hymn. It is not in any book, but I think you'll like it. It's called "We Will Not Stop Singing," written by the Chapin Sisters and sung by the First Unitarian Brooklyn Choir. The words are very simple. You'll catch on fast.
We will not stop singing. We will not stop singing. We will not stop singing till the world can hear the song, till the world can sing along. We will not stop marching. We will not stop marching. We will not stop marching till the world can hear the song, till the world can sing along. Till the world can sing, till the world can sing, till the world can sing along. Till the world can sing, till the world can sing, till the world can sing along.
We will not stop praying. We will not stop
extinguishing the chalice. Take courage, friends. The way is often hard, the path is never clear, and the stakes are very high. Take courage, for deep down there is another truth. You are not alone.
Please stay seated for the postlude. Thank you all for coming. Please join for refreshments, conversation, and second hour small groups.